This is just takes it to a whole nother level. This is from History Detectives on PBS, and here is Adolf Hitler and Ava Braun doing home movies. And what they did was they used new technology that automatically lip reads, recently brought the dialogue to life. So they were able to lip read everybody at the Berghoff, and they're speaking German, and then they translate it to English. So here's Adolf Hitler, aka Walt Disney. What are you filming an old man for? I should be filming you. So this is from Hitler Home Movies Dubbed, Part 1. And he says, I improve by watching my speeches. So they tape him doing the speeches, and they watch it probably that night. And the next day he wakes up and he says, good afternoon. He's changed his outfit. He's got some kind of god awful looking hat on. Must have been a gift from somebody. So he says, good afternoon, my dear ladies. And here's a lovely group of ladies just sitting on a backdrop of the Alps. And you can go look at, again, the work of Ed Chiarini on where the scenes from the Berghoff were shot. They were not shot um, anywhere uh, near the Berghoff. Those are not the Alps. That's a backdrop. But going back to this, my dear ladies, and he's talking to one of the women, and he says, "I understand you didn't like the movie last night," because they're watching his speeches. Now, um, he says to her, "I know what you want." Now, this is a woman laughing. Now, the narrator says that this is Ava Braun. This is not Ava Braun he's talking to. But he says, I know what you want. Now, she's doubling over laughing. And even she's got a smile. Everyone knows what he's about to say. Again, Hitler's not a funny guy, but Walt Disney is. And he's saying to this woman, I know what you want. You want Gone with the Wind. Now, I had watched this 5 times and kind of marveled at, I hadn't known at that point that Walt Disney was Adolf Hitler, but like, why is he bringing up Gone with the Wind? And I had to watch this reaction that they're laughing. They know what he's going to say. So I decided to look at some of the pictures of the people from the movie Gone with the Wind. I happened to see it once. I wasn't, crazy about the film, but it was okay. And this woman here is Olivia de Havilland, who played Melanie Hamilton in Gone with the Wind. Now, don't forget, I have earlier Leslie Howard from Gone with the Wind, and we're going to see a couple other people. So there she is. And here's another woman sitting on the bench. Who's this? This is Ona Munson, who played Belle Watling in Gone with the Wind. There's no reason for these pictures to be blurred other than they wanted them blurred. And here's another view of Ona Watson over here. And this is probably Ona Munson, not Watson, Ona Munson's mother. This is Ona Munson. They look quite similar, and you'll see why I think that is. And here is fans of Gone with the Wind should know who this woman is, because this is Vivian Leigh, who played Scarlett O'Hara. Here's a picture of her, and kind of tall, thin, similar features. Here's another picture for you to have some comparison, and another picture, and here you can see the long cascading hair. She may have cut it over here a bit. And this woman here, I went to look at the mothers of those stars. The mother of Vivian Leigh is a woman named Gertrude Robinson Yakji. And here she is. This is Vivian Leigh's mother. And here is a woman at the Berghoff resembling Vivian Leigh's mother. So here is Anne Rutherford, who played Corinne O'Hara. Here's Anne Rutherford. Here's the woman at the Berghoff. And you can see this is a very similar person, and she's the woman who played Gretel Braun. This would be Gretel Braun at the Berghoff, but this is Anne Rutherford I mentioned earlier. And again, remember, I didn't go through 2 billion images. I thought it through, questioned why Walt Disney, aka Adolf Hitler, was making a Gone with the Wind joke that was so damn funny. Well, you've got the cast of Gone with the Wind here and their mothers. So here's Anne Rutherford, here's Gretel Braun, and there she is. This is a really better picture. And this is the showstopper here. So this woman, very humbly sitting over here, doing nothing, is the showstopper. Why? This is Lillian Fontaine. Here's a picture of Lillian Fontaine. This is Olivia de Havilland's mother, and these two people are virtually identical. I'll show you a couple more pictures. She's Joan Fontaine's mother as well, another actress. Same picture, Lillian Fontaine. They're wearing actually pretty much the same outfit as well. She looks a little chubbier here. I could, compress the image a little bit, but this is the same woman. I mean, this is just a showstopper. Here's Olivia de Havilland, and this is her mother, Lillian Fontaine. Olivia de Havilland with her mother. Here's Lillian Fontaine, and this is the sister, Joan Fontaine, who I don't find in any of these pictures. Again, they're not randomly drawn out, and here we pull it together. So here is Vivian Lee, Ona Munson, Anne Rutherford. This is Gretel Braun. This is probably Ona Munson's mother. This is Deanna Durbin, who played Ava Braun. This is Gertrude Robinson Jackie, mother of Vivian Lee. Here's Lillian Fontaine, the mother of Joan Fontaine, Olivia de Havilland. And here's from the other picture, Olivia de Havilland. So we have 4 actresses. Actually, it's 4 actresses from Gone with the Wind and their mothers with Ava Braun at the Berghof, right? Because the 4th actress is down here. And they're visiting Hitler. Now, a couple of these women are still alive. There's Olivia de Havilland receiving National Medal of Arts from President Bush. And, these two people are some way very related, either mother and son, mother and grandson, nephew, whatever it is, but you do not stick your head up against Olivia de Havilland like that, unless you have a very, very close relationship. These two are family members. This is, again, the woman, Olivia de Havilland's mother, over here, and this is the same woman. But this guy really got under my skin and looked so much like FDR. He is General Joachim von Ribbentrop. And here he is again. And I don't believe it's the same person, but the resemblance is way too close. And these are probably first-degree relatives in some way, either brothers or first cousins. I would be surprised if it was the same person. And you can see, again, the similarities. And this is a film called Führer's Face, and it's done by Walt Disney. So Walt Disney playing both sides of the street, and I'm sure everybody had a good laugh over that. It's a propaganda short film by Walt Disney, and it's ridiculous. I mean, it's bad enough he's playing Adolf Hitler, but here he is playing both sides of the street. And here he's talking with a group of people. If people see I support the art, then they will as well, and that's the reason I bought so many works of art. This guy didn't buy a bunch of artworks, he stole them. And this is Walt Disney. You want to find all this stolen art, you may want to have a good discussion with some of his family members. Go up to Disney Studios, some of them displayed here, and they will come to belong to the German people. I am merely a curator. Well, that's really nice of him. All right. I'm unlikely to come back to this for a while. In the next video, We'll go into the shooting of John Dillinger farce and the people in the slide. You won't be happy with what you see. Most of you probably weren't really happy with what you saw in the previous material. I promise you the same.